Hey, it's mrandom101 and today I have another Japanese manga haul. This time around I have quite a few volumes. It's mostly just newer series that I've been reading and loving, plus some general catch-up stuff. And starting off with none other than Dandadan Volume 1. I have to say, this is just by far my favorite new manga from 2021. It's just so much fun. This is a series that really doesn't take itself seriously at all. And it isn't afraid to be just crazy and unhinged. I'm pretty sure the mangaka for this series was an assistant under Tatsuki Fujimoto while he was serializing Fire Punch, and that really shows in the way Dandadan is created. Did I show the back? Whatever. Here is a better view at the dust jacket. By the way, I just realized now that I've been calling dust jackets slipcovers in my previous video, so I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. And here is a general overview of the artwork. This is a manga that is about, well, sci-fi stuff and Japanese supernatural stuff as well. I want to be very vague because, as you can see, some very just insane stuff can happen. And I feel like it's for the best if you just jump into this series without knowing much about it, because it's going to create a very just memorable reading experience. By the way, as of the upload date of this video, all of the chapters from Dandadan are available on Manga Plus in both English and in Spanish, so I will link that in the description. Although when the manga gets inevitably published in English, probably the chapters are not going to be all available anymore, but you know, I just wanted to let you know. And I have to really just give Jump Plus credit. This is the third year in a row where they just make my favorite new manga, so what's up with that? In 2019, Jump Plus had Spy Family, in 2020 they had Kaiju 8, and now they have Dandadan, and all three of those manga are just smash hits and they're doing very well, so that makes me happy. Either way, moving on to another smash hit manga, Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 17. I'm not going to show anything from this because it's going to have some huge spoilers, so... And moving on to another just smash hit manga, Tokyo Revengers. Man, the covers in this series are just always so good. Like, come on. Beautiful. All right. It was a little bit of a challenge to get volumes 23 and 24 since they are constantly just going out of stock, but I guess I got lucky. Oh my god, this just cover, wow. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm not going to flip through this. Again, spoilers. I do highly recommend both Jujutsu Kaisen and Tokyo Revengers as a side note. Alright, this is another one of my absolute favorite new manga from 2021. From what I can see here, it has multiple different name interpretations. So you can either just call it Valhallian the Black Iron, that's like the English name, or Kurogane no Valhallian, or Kurogane no Valhallan. As you can see here, the author of Kingdom recommended the manga on the obi, since this mangaka was an assistant that just worked on Kingdom. So this is a seinen manga and it's published in Weekly Young Jump. I have to say, the artwork in this manga is some of the best from all of the ongoing manga that I'm currently reading, and it's just so impressive to think that this is a weekly manga. Okay, let's see. This is a really interesting manga. Technically, it's an isekai, I suppose, but it's very just violent, gruesome, and the main idea is you have a samurai that gets teleported into Valhalla, and his main goal is basically to try and maybe get out of there. He meets a lot of other just undead, immortal warriors. The rules and the way this just whole setting functions is really fascinating, and I can't get enough of this. Some of the characters that get introduced later on are also fun. Let's see if I can find any of them. And you just have warriors from different eras fighting it off and clashing, I immediately knew that I wanted to buy Volume 1 because I don't want this to get canceled. Oh my god, I love him so much. He's so cool. Yeah, hopefully this survives. The manga publishing world is quite harsh in Japan, and it would be a shame if something this good just doesn't survive, but I'm rooting for it and I will support it until the end. I almost forgot to show this from just volume 24 of Tokyo Revengers. I thought it was pretty funny. It just came with all of these like pamphlet ads for various Kodansha manga. Okay, this is Shangri-La Frontier. On the other side, you basically have a poster for this really cute rom-com manga, which I don't remember its name, but I have read quite a bit of it, and it's really good, actually. I'm looking forward to the anime. Next up, we have the sequel to Nanatsu no Taizai. Here we have Ranger Reject. This is from the author of Quintessential Quintuplets. Oh, this is a cool little ad for Blue Lock. And here is Windbreaker, which you will be seeing later into this haul. Moving on to another just really good manga from Jump Plus. This is like from late 2020, and it's called Diamond in the Rough. There you go. And yes, this manga really is just a hidden gem. It's so good. It's basically like a nice large-scale fantasy adventure series that has a power system that uses gems, semi-precious gems and stuff like that, and it's really just fascinating. I really just wanted to support this manga, and I just bought the volumes. The manga is also being translated online on Manga Plus in English and Spanish, so I will also link this in the description if you are curious. This manga has such a gorgeous art style. And this is something that I kind of missed initially. It flew by under my radar, I suppose. Let's look at some of the really beautiful color pages. I'm really just rooting for this manga to do well. I like it so much. As you can see, it's just very gorgeous. I'll show you some of the black and white artwork too. All right, let's just dive in here. The gem powers really just lead to some very interesting concepts, and in general, like the inspiration behind the setting is really cool. I am a big fan of this one, so. Yeah, all right, moving on to Tougen Anki. This manga is just a really fun urban fantasy battle shonen manga, definitely with dark tones, dark fantasy vibes, for sure. I left the obis on because I'm pretty sure this manga just blew up on TikTok in Japan, and that's how it got just a big popularity boost, which is cool, because when I started reading the manga, I was actually worried that it wasn't going to survive because I don't think it was selling that well initially. I really enjoy what this manga does with its power system. It has just blood powers, and you just have two different organizations or two different types of special ability users that clash. You have the Onis that use blood powers, and I'll leave the other organization a mystery, a secret. But they also have really interesting powers, and at first I wasn't like sure if I was fully invested in this manga, but kind of just as I was reading along, I just enjoyed it more and more because the stuff that this does with just blood powers is really interesting. Like, as you can see, this guy just has a blood umbrella and he literally makes it just rain blood. This is just basically the type of stuff that I really tend to enjoy. Just an edgy battle shonen manga with great artwork and a pretty fun cast of characters too. I'm just glad that this is doing really well now, thanks to TikTok, I guess. I mean, look at this guy. He has like blades made of blood. Under the dust jackets, you just have panels from the manga, it seems. I'm sure this is going to get an anime and more people are going to find out about it then, but yeah. I'm missing Volume 4 since it wasn't really in stock, so I'll just get that a little bit later. Volume 6. This is a manga from 2020, and it's published by Akita Shoten, so nice to have something from a different publisher for once. This is from Weekly Shonen Champion. Here's another manga which started in 2020, Sakamoto Days. This is a very just funny, comedic, but also dark battle shonen manga about, well, assassins, and let's just say that one of the strongest assassins out there gets married and he decides, yeah, I'm gonna just start a peaceful, convenient life where I can just enjoy my time with my family. And Sakamoto's past as an assassin is gonna try to catch up to him, but let's just say that Sakamoto has not lost his touch. I really just enjoyed the artwork in this, and a lot of just fun insanity happens. Again, the manga can get quite violent, which I think is a nice surprise, because you would think that this would just focus on the comedy aspect, but no, not necessarily. Out of like the newer Jump manga, like this is my favorite one for sure. And to be honest, I can't really say that I've been enjoying like newer Jump, Weekly Shonen Jump manga like after 2018. So this is definitely like a breath of fresh air for me. Let me try to show some more of the artwork. It has a very unique style, but as you kind of just read more, you kind of manage to understand the appeal. And the author also does some really cool, darker, detailed panels, but I can't find any examples right now, I guess. The cast of characters in this is kind of just expanding at the moment, since the manga is in its early stages, and I love the characters. They're so fun. They're so likable and just unique. Let's see, volume 3. All right, here's like an example of the art style just going in a more dark, detailed direction. And by the way, this guy just looks like he was straight up ripped out of Dorohedoro. I can't be the only one that thought that. Here's what's under the dust jacket, and I like the design for the covers. They're cute. All right, here is another really cool, brand new shonen manga that I love. It's called Windbreaker. This one's from early 2021, and I did mention in my Tokyo Revengers haul video that I'm sure there's going to be like a new wave of new generation delinquent style manga that kind of take after Tokyo Revengers in some ways, and I feel like this is kind of just starting the trend. This is also published by Kodansha, and Kodansha is the company that publishes Tokyo Revengers, in case you did not know. So yeah, why do I like this manga? Firstly, I find the art style to be quite appealing. It's very just fun, action-packed. The characters are very likable, and I really just want to see more of them. Not that much of this has been translated yet, but we're getting there. And what really just sets this apart is how it's a delinquent manga, but it has this comfy, wholesome vibe to it. And I just love that so much. Basically, you have delinquents in a certain part of town. It's like a small town, and they just do good deeds. They help out the elderly. They just help out in general. Like if anyone is causing trouble, you can basically count on them to kind of save the day, and they will get in fights if they have to. All right, volume 2. Most of the people in the town are elderly, and they're all just really nice, loving people, and they do care about these high schoolers. And again, it's just such a nice dynamic. It's really refreshing to just see how nice everyone is. Sure, you have the fierce delinquent battles happening with the other youngsters that, let's just say, don't have any good intentions. They just want to cause destruction, I suppose. This is really good, and I know for sure this is going to become more popular as more time passes by. Volume 16 from Blue Lock. Amazing cover. I really just like this guy's character design. I think he's super hot. He is from the U20, like young adult league, I guess, in Japan. And I was hoping he would get his own cover, and here it is. It's glorious. I love it. I guess I'll show off some of the artwork. Please, no spoilers. This is it. Here is volume 31 from Fire Force. Just this cover, wow. This is one of my just all-time favorite battle shonen manga. The artwork is incredible. The concepts in general are just so original. The fire powers are always just excellently drawn. This is just like one of the manga that excites me the most. Let me just show a little bit of something. I don't want to spoil too much of anything, but like, I mean, look at this. This is absolutely just incredible. Like, give this manga a try if you like dark fantasy battle shonen manga. It's one of the best ones out there. All right, oh boy, we are almost done with this haul. So here's just the latest volume from Golden Kamuy. I'm pretty sure this is an ending to a specific arc, which was absolutely just crazy. You know, Golden Kamuy just hits different, man. This manga is such a masterpiece. One of my all-time favorites, top 5 favorite manga for me. Yeah, and it's actually in its final stages, so sad face. I kind of never want this to end, but, you know, it has to happen eventually. Here's volume 11 from Dungeon Meshi. This manga is also in its final stages, and I'm gonna miss it as well. It's not, I know it's not finished yet, but this manga is so good. It's like everything that I could ever possibly want from just like a classic style fantasy adventure magic series with just dungeon crawling elements, and the main cast just eats the monsters and the plants from the dungeon to survive. There is more of a story, of course, and the plot thickens, let's just put it that way. Things get more serious now that we're at this point in the manga, and I really love this little lion guy, if you know what I mean. Finally, the last thing is the guidebook, or the character guidebook from Delicious in Dungeon, or Dungeon Meshi. This was just stuck in the bottom of the box, and it just caused the paint to chip away, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I guess it's just like the material this is made out of, which makes it easy for the paint to chip off. And underneath we have this cool kind of dragon design. This is a really nice quality book. All right, and this is just amazing. This is such a pleasant surprise. I had no idea this would be included, so, oh, this is upside down, great. Good job, me. It's just this kind of multi-layered poster illustration with just the dungeon and its levels, or layers. Look at this, it's glorious. So I may even hang this up, but we'll see. I really love Dungeon Meshi. Yeah, besides having just character profiles, it also has just mini chapters with all of the characters, which is such a nice touch. It's really cool. And it definitely made it worthwhile for me to purchase this, I would say. And as I mentioned, just like the overall print quality for this is amazing. Okay, let's just quickly breeze through. Let's see. I have just some room layouts, I guess. Maybe at some point in the future, I will just make proper flip-through videos for guidebooks as well, but we'll see. Here we just have monsters and info about them, and some more info in black and white, more extra chapters, which is great, and at the end there are some color illustrations, I think, which is a nice touch. All right, this is actually a super nostalgic illustration. This is the first picture I ever saw of Dungeon Meshi, and I remember just being so fascinated by the manga, and not too long after that, I just started reading the series, and I've been a huge fan of it ever since. Something just kind of flopped out of the volume, so we'll look at that as well. All right. What is this? Okay, oh yeah. This is like a weird, trippy one-shot volume that was published in Harda magazine about, Laika. There was a dog that was sent to space or something like that. And this is like a weird sci-fi take on it. I'm pretty sure this is how the volume cover looks. All right, here is a weird final stack shot with everything. And I have to say, it's really just nice to pick up so many of my new favorite manga and support them. It makes me just really happy. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.